All right, welcome back to the program. Our next guest is sophomore Kayla Reed. Kayla is studying political science and legal studies with a minor in professional writing. Kayla also happens to be a senator for SGA, a writer for the Paw Print, a member of the Honors Club, an O-Team leader, obviously, and she's a writing tutor in the Center Student Academic Support Services, SAS. Kayla, welcome to the program. We're so glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Now tell us, what do you have planned for your weekend?
I am going to be learning how to run lighting for a theater.
Good, we could use that help in this theater, clearly. Clearly. All right, thank you. Very good. Let's start out with a would you rather question.
All right.
Would you rather be able to stop time while you slept or never do laundry?
Stop time while I slept.
Okay,
Definitely.
very good, very good. Would you rather go home every weekend to see a USF football game or to see a USF football game with friends?
I'd go to the football game.
Atta girl. And the football team appreciates your support. Excellent. All right, one more. Would you rather spend the day surfing the internet or surfing the ocean?
I'd like to try surfing the ocean.
Very good.
Never
We
done
like that
that.
adventuresome spirit. You're not afraid of sharks then?
Not too bad.
Very good. All right. Now I see here you are involved in student government. Tell me a little bit about what that looks like.
All right, well, for a senator, I get to be a voice for the students. So I try to make myself available to them so that they can come and talk to me with their concerns. And then I also get to make connections with the faculty as well. That way we can make changes.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. All right. Pardon me, everyone. Before you started at USF, what were your expectations of involvement in college? What did you think this was going to look like? And then what does it look like for you now?
Well, I didn't think I was going to get that involved at first. I thought I was going to strictly come here, I was going to do my homework, and then I was going to go home. But then it's just so many opportunities are available that you can't turn down. I mean, people are literally running up to you saying, come on, let's do this together. Let's go do this activity or that activity. And you just get involved accidentally almost.
Very good, very good. Now, I'm going to ask you what I've asked our other guests on the show today. Tell me, what do you know now that you wish you knew then? What's your advice for our new students?
Well, my advice would be to get connected. There are so many resources on this campus that can make your life much easier. It doesn't have to be hard. I mean, people think that college is so difficult, but it's really not if you make the right connections and you network properly. There's resources for doing homework, there's resources for getting involved in activities. It's very much easier if you can network.
What I hear you say is you don't have to be alone. Nobody's alone here. I love
Nope.
it. Very good. Very good. All right, one more question, and that is, what were your reasons for choosing to be involved? You said it happened accidentally, but at some point you made the choice to be involved as opposed to not being involved. And you commute
Yes, I do commute.
from home, so it perhaps provides some extra challenges. But tell me, what were your reasons for choosing to be involved?
Well, I knew that even though it would provide later nights by the time I drove home, I wanted to get connected to the other students on campus. I wanted to make those lifelong friendships that would last throughout the rest of my life, that I could have contacts and even maybe get internships through them or get a job in the future.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anything else you want to share with us about yourself? Any special talents you've got? Perhaps a embarrassing moment? Anything you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, my special talents would involve anything on stage, so.
Oh, look at that. Well, you're in
this
just
is
the
where I
right
am.
place, then. I love it. Very good. Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
being our
having
guest
me.
this afternoon. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to take a moment to welcome our second guest, Miss Casey Loshi. Let's give her a round of applause.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. Casey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a junior here at St. Francis. I play softball. I'm also part of SGA. I was here for orientation. I was a team leader, if you recognize me. Hi.
Come on, where's Casey's O team? Give her a shout out.
Group 8, not
Group
here.
8?
Okay, sorry.
Group 8. Poor showing, Group 8. Duly noted.
I'm a little disappointed, seriously. But yeah, that's about it.
Excellent. Okay. And tell us, how did you decide to be involved? What were the steps you took, and why did you take those steps?
Well, my freshman and sophomore year, I wasn't that involved because I was afraid to get involved, like probably many of you. But I decided towards the end of my sophomore year, I was talking to Joe Torres, our president of the students, and he encouraged me to start getting involved. So I decided to try to join SGA, and so far it's been amazing. I've made a lot of connections, new friends, and I know a lot more about the campus. Sitting through meetings and getting involved with that. Playing softball, obviously I was kind of forced to do that, not forced, but it was something I chose to do as a freshman, and I've made a lot of connections through that too. My teammates are awesome, and I love it.
Very good. Tell me, if you don't mind, what was something that you were afraid of in joining activities? What was the fear in getting started or getting connected?
I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid I would not be voted into SGA or not be able to make a lot of friends on whatever thing I decided to join, but they proved me wrong, and I'm a lot more comfortable with a lot of people now, and it's been awesome.
Very good. All right. If you could make a connection between the area that you're studying, which is
Accounting.
accounting, how about that? No accountants out here? You guys don't know how to do
Wait,
shout-outs?
I heard one.
We have one accountant. Yikes. Okay.
It's okay. It's a good choice. Don't do it. No, I'm just
Ooh.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right. If you could tell us, what's the connection between maybe something you're learning in a class, whether that's a general education class or accounting class, where's some way you see that in the things that you're choosing to be involved in outside of class? Maybe it was a speech class. Maybe it was a literature course. Some connection you've seen between what you're doing in class and your out-of-class experiences.
I'm actually in an HR class right now, and we're reading this book called Encouraging the Heart. And it talks about leadership and how to get the best performance out of leaders and the people under the leaders is by encouragement. And you don't really think of that as the number one thing, but just a simple thank you or telling someone they're doing a good job and being friendly and personal, that's one thing I've learned with leadership and connecting with the campus.
Very good. And do you have one brief piece of advice for our new students in their first year on our campus?
Don't make the mistake I did. Don't wait to get involved. Get involved as soon as you can if you're interested. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me because obviously I've been through that and I know how it feels. And another piece, get to know your professors. Your life will be a lot easier if you get to know them on a personal basis instead of just going to class and showing up.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being on our show. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, last but not least, we have Megan Summers. Give it up for Megan. Thanks for being here, Megan.
You're welcome. Is this on?
You're on.
Okay.
Megan hates pepperoni on her pizza, but loves penguins. That's what you need to know about Megan.
And baseball, you forgot that.
Oh, Megan also loves baseball. No one else loves
Go
baseball.
Yankees.
We got one. We got one. All right. Tell us, Megan, a little bit about yourself and the things that you've chosen to be involved in on our campus.
Well, I do O-Team, and I'm part of the
O-Team.
social work club, and I'm a commuter coordinator. Shout out to Megan Jessica. Yeah. So that's what I do here.
Excellent. And do I understand that some of those involvements or leadership roles involve a paycheck?
Yeah, I get paid to
You
be
get
awesome
paid
and
to
help.
be awesome. Wow.
do you learn
Very
to be
good. Very
awesome?
good. Now, did you make some intentional decisions to be involved? What were your reasons for choosing to be involved on our campus?
Well, I'm a commuter, so I'm not on campus, don't get to interact with that many people in the dorms, so I thought I'd meet people through groups, and I was always really involved in high school, so I wanted to maintain that in college.
Very good. Very good. All right, we're going to hit you up with a would you rather question.
All right.
Would you rather be stranded on an island alone or with someone you despise? Do not share who that person is if you despise a person.
I'm probably going to be with the person I despise.
Excellent. All right, maybe you can win them over.
Or I could just get into fights with them and take out my anger on them. So.
Excellent. We're going to make that a new reality show. Okay, now tell us one more. Would you rather be 3 feet tall or 8 feet tall? It's rough.
3 feet tall because I could wear Skechers shape-ups. Those make me really tall. So.
The shout out for Skechers shape-ups. Excellent. I love it. All right. And what is one piece of advice you would share with our new students? Something that you know now that you wish you knew then? Are you making eyes at my announcer, Beth Groman?
We make eyes at each other.
I wish that I knew what I knew now when I was younger. She wanted me to sing that song, so you're welcome.
It was worth a try.
I wish that I would have been more involved and not been afraid of the upperclassmen. It's like I'd sit by him in class and be like scared, be like, oh my gosh, she's a junior, I can't talk to her. But you can. We're not scary.
Most of them aren't scary.
No.
Excellent.
But yeah, just get involved, and even if you're a commuter, there's still tons of stuff for you to do.
Excellent. Well, let's give all of our guests a big round of applause. All right, with that, we are going to go to commercial with another word from our sponsor. Please hold tight with a word from our sponsor.
Hello, folks. My name is Ted Remington. I'm Associate Professor of English and Director of Writing, and I am here to tell you about an opportunity that you are the first-year class to enjoy here at USF, which is the chance to fulfill your Gen Ed requirement for literature without ever actually going to a class here on campus. And that's because in May of 2013, next semester, we will be going to England for the first time, at least the first time in recent history, here at USF. And the class is going to be English 201, and it's something that you just sign up for the way you do any other class. But here's the catch, the class meets in England. We will be going on a trip after the semester actually officially ends. The trip will be from May 10th to May 18th. You may have seen flyers like this, but that's a little bit small, so I put some basic information up here. In the time that I don't have a whole lot that I can tell you in a minute or two, but I want to give you the basics and tell you how to get more information about this if you are interested. The course is English 201, as I say, and it does fulfill your literature requirement if you take it. The dates are May 10th through the 18th of 2013, and the itinerary is going to be based in London, site of the Olympics this last summer. So if you saw sites in London on TV that you thought looked great, we'll have a chance to see most of them in person. And then we'll be taking trips to Oxford, Stratford-upon-Avon, which is the hometown of William Shakespeare, and Bath, which is a city which is, among other things, the site and setting of 2 Jane Austen novels. So if you're a Jane Austen fan, you'll have a chance to sort of walk in her footsteps. The cost for the trip is currently $2,910, which sounds like a lot of money and is a lot of money, but it's a lot less than you would pay for a trip that went that long on your own, which I know because I've taken a few trips and had to pay for it on my own, and it comes to a lot more money than that. And that pays for airfare, lodging, trips, and tours, guides, pretty much everything, including a lot of meals. And the neat thing about it is that you have a chance to not only go to England, but learn about it from guides. I'll be going, but more importantly, there'll be guides there to take you around all these places and tell you about them. So it really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because you not only get to travel, but you get to learn while you're there from people who really know what they're talking about. That's just the real basic details. If you would like more information, we have an informational meeting this Thursday, September 20th at 2 p.m. in Pope John Paul II, room 213. If you can't make it to that meeting, that's not a problem. You can still go on the trip. You can contact me. My name again is Ted Remington, and my email is just tremington. That's T Remington, Remington like the gun or the razor, at sf.edu. And you can also find us on Facebook. USF in Britain is our group Facebook page. I've been posting links to the different places we'll be visiting. And you can drop me a question there too. So again, this is a great opportunity. I encourage you to think about it. If you know anybody who's not here but might be interested, let them know. And again, I'm more than happy to field any questions you might have in email or on Thursday at the meeting. Thanks. What's that? $2,910.
But you don't even have to be a U.S. Olympian to get to London. Are
That
you
is
hearing
absolutely correct.
Way less training.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, folks. Today's Friday, and you know what that means. It's the day I usually take a moment to catch up on some personal stuff, check my email, return some messages, and of course, send out some thank you notes.
Oh.
Do you mind if I take a moment to send out some thank you notes? Thank you, special guests. All right. Bill Brune of Courier Services, can I get some thank you note music, please? Thank you.
There's a note right there.
Thank you, SGA, for providing student discounts to over 30 local businesses, like my favorite, Flat Top Grill. Thank you, AVI Food Service, for instilling in me the initiative needed to approach you and share with you my special dietary needs. Got sticky envelopes here. Hold on, okay. Thank you, Student Activities Council, otherwise known as SAC, for providing no or low-cost events to USF college students everywhere, at least those with their ID. This is really what? Soothing? Don't fall asleep on me, audience. Thank you, Canadian Geese, for increasing my foot-eye coordination as I dodge your droppings on my way to class. Thank you, USF One Card, for making me self-sufficient in doing laundry. I no longer need to rely on an old baggie full of quarters. Thank you, commuter lockers, for holding the wall up in PJP2 and providing a special place to store my bag, my lunch, my clothes for practice, and my pet squirrel. You wondered what that noise and smell were, now you know. Thank you, intramurals, for making it cool, not crazy, to run around in the dark with a small blinking light on my wrist while trying to catch a blinking flying disc. Thank you, involved, enthusiastic students, for making our work here so enjoyable.
That's from the heart right there.
That one was from the heart.
That's from the heart.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to conclude our show this evening with our special musical guests. Tell us
Yeah.
who we've got.
We have a great group for you today. Our musical guest for you guys today has been on one incredible ride. After being on tour for 5 years in the hills of Scotland, playing for the Sheep. They moved on to play for other places in Europe with a short trip to the Himalayas. They played with an exclusive show on Mount Everest, and despite all of the marketing and advertisement that went into it, the turnout wasn't what they had hoped for. In an attempt to boost their morale, they took a year off to volunteer at the Center for Kids Who Don't Read Good and want to learn to do other stuff good too. And after, you guys are awful. After a very rewarding experience, they return to the spotlight for a short tour in the boondocks of America. They're famous for their covers, and they've got a good one for you today. Let's hear a warm welcome for Faith and Christina from Names and Faces.
Hey guys. Okay, so we're gonna sing a song that most of you should know since it's on the radio, or it was a lot. So, if your little heart desires, feel free to sing along or clap your hands.
Or you can just sit there. That's cool too, but not really, so you should definitely.
Get up, shake your booty.
You know, anything else? Yeah, whatever. Whatever you feel like you need to do. Okay.
You think I'm pretty without any makeup on. You think I'm funny when I tell the punchline wrong. I know you get me, so I let my walls come down. Before you met me, I was a wreck and things were kinda heavy. You brought me to life now every February. You'll be my Valentine. Valentine, let's go all into the night. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now baby, I believe this is real. Take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. We drove to Cali and had fun on the beach. Got a motel and built a fort out of sheets. I finally found you, my missing puzzle piece. I'm complete. Let's just fall into the night. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die like them. We'll be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now baby, I believe this is real. Let's take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. I might get your heart racing in my skin-tight jeans. Be your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me in my skin-tight jeans. Be your teenage dream tonight. Yeah, you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now baby, I believe this is real. Let's take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Names and Faces, and I'm so glad you came back from Europe for this. Okay, thank you, yeah. We're gonna go to a behind-the-scenes look at student life and give you guys an opportunity to ask some questions. So Jenny Fawbush is going to facilitate for us. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, if we could have Josh Stagney and Andy McKee and Melissa Reisman. Do you guys want to sit on the stage? Do you want to sit up here? Okay. All right. Obviously, the whole purpose of the skit
Oh, the
this
show
afternoon.
isn't over. Team Levin, we're not over yet here.
We are taking attendance twice today because there does seem to be an issue with attendance, so we're going to have to crack down a little bit. Obviously, the purpose of the skit today was to, in a humorous way, talk about the whole notion of being involved and that sort of thing. So we want to make sure that you guys have a very serious sort of perspective on what is available for students, how to get involved and that sort of thing. So first, we'll just go through our panel here, and you guys can talk a little bit about what your role is at the university and that sort of thing, and then we'll take some questions. Go ahead, Beth.
Okay, my name is Beth Groman, and I serve as the Associate Dean of Students here at USF, which means that I have a lot of different hats that I wear. One of them is that I oversee the Commuter Services Program, and you met some of our commuter coordinators here a little bit earlier. Megan and Jessica were both in the car, and then the other Megan was up here on the stage, and then I don't know if you've met Nana, but she is our fourth commuter coordinator. And they have a lot of activities planned for you guys throughout the year. If you're a commuter student, they're all free, and most of them involve food. And what you can do at commuter activities, side note, is earn what we call commuter bucks. They're little wooden nickels that every time you come to an event, you get a commuter buck. You save those up through the year, and then in April, we have this sweet silent auction where you can bid on items using only your commuter bucks, and you can win things like a PlayStation 3 or a Nook tablet or like some Vera Bradley stuff if you're one of those people. I mean, we have some pretty sweet stuff, so so be sure to get involved in those things. I also oversee and advise the Paw Print student newspaper, so if you're interested in writing or submitting photographs of campus activities, or maybe creating a comic strip, you can submit those and earn money for it. You can earn $15 for anything that is printed in the Paw Print. So if you have a knack for that, or if you're interested in reporting on something, you should get in touch with one of our editors just by emailing pawprint@cougars.sf.edu and let them know you're interested. Their deadline for October submissions is Monday, so you still have plenty of time. If your piece gets printed, you earn $15. It's pretty sweet. Some of the other things that I oversee the Welcome Weekend program, which you guys were all at, and it was super awesome. And if you're interested in getting involved in that, we have O-Team selection, which will take place in February and March. So keep your eye open for that stuff, because we look for about 50 students that are high energy to help us welcome new students. And I think each of you probably got to connect with at least 2 students through the Welcome Weekend program, and that was because of the students that decided to get involved in that way. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
Thank you, Beth. My name is Josh Stagney. I'm Director of Campus Ministry here. I presented to you all a couple of weeks ago, and here I am back again. Talk a little bit more about what we do in Campus Ministry. Campus Ministry, usually the umbrella that we oversee all things faith and spirituality, more or less on campus. So one thing we did, hopefully a lot of you went to the opening convocation mass a couple weeks ago, where we had the mass with the Bishop Rhodes in the Hutzel Gymnasium, and then we had lunch afterwards. Well, our office puts on that mass. We also do, at the end of the year, a mass for those graduating called Baccalaureate in the Cathedral downtown. Throughout this semester, though, we have lots of events. We have mass every Sunday and throughout the week in our chapel, which is in Trinity Hall on the west end, so facing the residence halls. We also have student leaders that help out and do a lot of our events on campus, and those are peer ministers. One of them was up here standing and singing, Faith. She's right down here. We have Kelly's over there right now. Kieran is somewhere back there. He's wearing, and Kelly is too, a maroon shirt that says Campus Ministry on it, and that's peer ministers will have that. There's 21 of them. Another one was one of our interviewees, one of our guests, Stacy, who was Katniss, I believe was her character. But there's other students too, and we lead Bible studies. There's a group called Theology of the Body, which talks about sexuality, but in kind of more spiritual terms, and talks about the beauty of that from the late and great John Paul II, Pope. We also have a men's group and women's group that meets as well, and another group called Logos, which is kind of like an ecumenical group, because even though we are a Catholic and Franciscan university, we welcome all faiths, and we also in Campus Ministry are welcome to all that as well. So that group is kind of a interdenominational group, and that meets on every other Tuesday, and the first one is this upcoming Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the Campus Ministry basement. And basically there's students lead that and have a little bit of a Bible study talk about a certain topic, and then there's also praise and worship music and opportunities to just fellowship. So that's a great group too. But we do lots of events, a coffee house this Sunday night, 8:30 over in the Student Center, and that's a fair trade, and that's the idea that we're helping out different groups to that fair tradeness and get that idea out of the coffee and social justice area of that. We have a retreat coming up in October 19th through 21st, and that's a great way to meet some other students and to get away from campus for a little bit and just reflect on your own life, but also faith in that too. So look for opportunities to sign up for that soon. And for interesting, if you want to be a peer minister, you can also get paid for that too. Our peer ministers earn some money for scholarship, and that comes right off their tuition. And you can sign up for that and get interviewed in the spring semester for that. So there's lots of events going on. You can check our Facebook event page, or you can come into our campus ministry building, which is right behind the mansion in the aptly named Campus Ministry Center. And there's a pool table downstairs, so right now it's being fixed. But there's also a cable TV, 2 kitchens in there where you can make food, bake cookies, whatever you want to do. Fridges in there too, and it's welcome to you. So that's a little bit about what we do in campus ministry. Andy?
Thanks, Josh. My name is Andy McKee. I am the Director of Residence Life and Housing on campus. So I oversee our 3 residence halls. We have 3 hall directors and 15 resident assistants throughout the halls as well. So for the most part, we plan activities for our resident students. Each RA plans a monthly program or activity in their residence hall or in their floor to be involved in. And then we also have groups that we form every year, Residence Hall Council and then a Residence Hall Activities Board that plan activities. Each hall has a hall council that would plan all hall events, and then the overall activity board would plan for all resident student events as well. And so we have those, throughout the semester. The next one coming up is Sunday night. They are doing a flag football program. I think a lot of the male RAs are planning that. Although I did hear that there was a undertaking group of women that are supposedly taking on the winners, so we'll see how that goes. And then we also do a big one coming up, or actually 2 ones that usually happen in the fall semester, our Safe Trick-or-Treat program, where students elementary students from the community come and trick-or-treat through the residence halls, and so we decorate and do our best not to scare them too bad. And then also we have our Shantytown program as well, where we kind of raise awareness and then supplies as well, partner with the rescue mission downtown. All right, Melissa.
All right, hang with us, everybody. It's not too much longer, I promise. We got a lot of chatter coming from the left side. My name is Melissa Reisman, and I serve as the Director of Co-Curricular Activities, which is a mouthful and a job full. I work very closely with Student Activities Council and the programs and activities that they put on campus. I also am the advisor to the Student Government Association, oversee the 3 students who facilitate intramurals, our intramurals program, which is now Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then I also oversee clubs and organizations and the reporting and registration and funding that goes on for those groups. I also oversee the Student Center and work in there. That's where you can find my office. And leadership falls in my lap too. I am in charge of leadership for student leaders and the training and development that happens for them. And finally, then, I also work with Access TV, which are the TVs around campus that give you the updates on what is happening. The best part of my job truly is working with students, many of which we heard from today, and seeing them kind of come in, very much like you, not sure of what they want to do or where they want to connect, but in their time here, finding a place and being very comfortable in that and making that connection.
So, do we have questions for anybody up here about any of the different aspects of getting involved? What about the vocal group over here? No questions? Any questions about homecoming? Anything else you guys want to share?
There's one thing that's not related to involvement that I think that it's very important that you guys know that student life provides for all students. We provide counseling services for students, and this is, I mean, we're going from like a high note to kind of like something a little bit more serious, but a lot of times students find themselves in some tension situations during the year, whether it's due to time management or just stress, or maybe something's happening at home and you need to talk to someone. We provide some professional counseling to all students. If you're enrolled, you can have up to 5 free sessions each academic year. So if that's something that you think you might want to utilize at some point during the year, come see me. My office is over in Trinity Hall, room 141. Or you can see Sharon Muir. She's the Dean of Students, and she can set you up with a referral as well. But we really want you to be healthy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And if that's something that you're struggling with, we really want to help you out with that.
Absolutely. Okay, we are going to end with that. As I said, we are going to take attendance twice today. There seems to be a problem with people skipping out. So you need to check in. There are O team leaders out there. Sign in just the way that you signed out, or sign out just the way that you signed in.